You know, a lot of people want to know what's it like to be in the Navy. Now, you youngsters out there, you want to know what's it like, you can go on Google, you can type that in, and you can get all them results. You can go on YouTube, find out what the Navy life is all about. But nah, that's mainstream knowledge. You want that underground knowledge? Well, why don't you sit down and let me break it down for you. On my first deployment, we were out to sea somewhere in the Pacific for a real long time. We were really excited because we knew that we were pulling into this little city called Singapore. We had all heard stories about Singapore, about how much fun it is. So we pull in, we get out, and what's a bunch of teenagers who've been out to sea for months really want to do? Well, there's two things. The first thing we wanted to do is we wanted to get fucked up. So we go to a bar, and we're there a couple hours drinking, But see, since none of us were particularly good looking, we weren't getting any attention from the ladies. Just a bunch of drunk sausages flopping around a bar. So, us being discouraged in a city we'd never been in before, not knowing what the fuck to do. And suddenly, as if God himself answered our prayers, an old sailor that we knew walks into the bar. Of course, we all overreact to his presence. Hey man, how you been? And he looks at us. He looks at the bar. He looks at us. He said, what you guys doing here? Well, we tell him, we're just getting fucked up looking for some pussy. He smiles. He said, you ain't gonna find none of that around here. Now we look at him. We all go silent because we knew that he knew a secret. So we ask him, well, how do we get pussy? He takes a drink, finishes his beer. He says, follow me. So me and the rest of the guys, we follow him. We go out to the street and he just stands there, right? He doesn't call a cab or nothing. But see, since he was this chubby white guy, the cab already knew that he must have been American. So the cab pulls up right at the curb. He walks over to him. Cab driver doesn't say shit to him. Old sailor looks at him. Cab driver looks back. The old sailor kind of nods his head, almost imperceptibly. And the cab driver knew. He looks at us. He said, get in the car. We all jam into the back seat. We ask him, hey, where the fuck we going, man? And he says, you guys ever heard of this place called the 4 Floors of Whores? All of us, we kind of look at each other. We're like, 4 floors of whores? Now, to me, this sounds like a goddamn temple in the jungle, right? Like, I'm thinking we're about to go on a fucking quest. And we all say, no, we haven't heard of it. We ride in silence for about an hour. Cab door opens up. We jump out. The boss says we're here. And we look at the old sailor and we says, well, where is it, right? I'm expecting a temple, maybe a pagoda, a couple monkeys. No, it's just a regular old building. In fact, it doesn't even say 4 Floors of Whores. It just says Orchard Towers. Now we're a little confused, but we follow that old sailor to the door. He turns around before he touches the door. Now he looks at me and he says, now, Muns, I'm going to go ahead and warn you. This is a strange, wonderful, and dangerous place. You see, I'm maybe 19 at the time. I don't think anything can hurt me. So, whatevs. We go in. Now, I don't know if every prostitute in Southeast Asia knew that the U.S. Navy was pulling in, but it certainly seemed that way, because it was shoulder to shoulder. Nothing but bitches. Keep in mind that I had just gotten out of high school, and I'm somewhere on the other side of the world. I had never seen this much skin in my entire life. But there they were, gyrating, glistening, glittering. It was beautiful. We go up a floor, maybe 2, and we go into a big-ass bar, just loaded with nothing but pussy. We go over to the bar, we get some drinks. We're dancing, right? We're dancing. Now, I'm gonna level with you. I can't dance for shit. But after about an hour of being in the presence of all that pussy, it started getting to my head. You see, all them girls were clapping, encouraging me, saying I'm the best dancer they've ever seen. So I, not knowing, started falling under a spell. Man, every time I think of what I must have looked like on that dance floor, I shudder. Because I know just how bad I dance, but man, I was fucking getting it. Now I had a circle of girls just clapping, whistling, telling me I was sexy. Man, I was loving it. The crowd parts a little, and in walks in this tall, dark-skinned beauty. She's gyrating, pointing at me, telling me to come on. I'm already so far under the spell, there's nothing I could do. So I'm slowly inching my way towards her. My hand reaches out. I'm about 6 inches from touching her. When the old sailor pops back in, he goes, Muns, White, don't touch it. I said, why? He looks at me. That's a man. I look back and the spell breaks momentarily and boom, dick. I fell on my ass. I look around and where there was nothing but beautiful bitches was nothing but swinging dicks. The spell had been broken. I look back at the old sailor. He's got 2 beautiful women around his arms. Or at least I thought they were women. I said, "How did you know?" He looks at me. I look at him. And I can see this tiny tear start welling up in his eye. And he just says, "I just know." Now you may think this was the most interesting thing that happened to me this night. But no. Shit got a little worse. But that's another story for another time. Alright guys, thanks for watching.